What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today I want to talk about the future of Destiny 2. So, update 1.1.4 is out, and it's generally well regarded. It's infused some hope into the Destiny community, I think, because it does address a lot of issues that people had with the game. It doesn't solve everything, and a lot of people are wondering, when are the other issues of Destiny 2 going to get addressed? Things like boring weapon drops, things like the weapon slots and how they don't seem to really work that well for PvP or PvE, other things like that. So if you look at the Destiny 2 development roadmap, you see that we do have another box in here, and that's for update 1.2.0 that's presumably coming out with the next DLC. And there are some things on here that are pretty interesting. Private matches, a vault space increase, exotic masterwork, seasonal vendor progression, faction rally improvements, exotic weapon and armor sandbox changes, which a lot of people are really looking forward to, and heroic strike modifiers. Now, all that is extremely interesting, and I can't wait for update 1.2.0 in May. I can't wait for the next DLC. I'm really excited for it. But there are other things like the time to kill, the weapon slot rearrangement, mods 2.0 that we know very little about. In fact, mods 2.0 was once on the development roadmap, but has completely fallen off. In fact, during the Destiny Community podcast last night, most of the hosts just assumed that it had been pushed to September for the Taken Queen update. And, they haven't said that publicly. They haven't confirmed that mods 2.0 is, being held till September. And I posited the question, do you think there's going to be more updates? Do you think we're going to get another roadmap in the near future that's going to have some dates for the summer? We're getting something in May, but what about, June, July, August, the months leading up to September? What I was hoping was that it's not going to be just a quiet summer while we wait for the Taken Queen. In fact, the game will continue to improve and be in a better state, on a basically monthly basis if the rate at which these updates are being released is continued. So this morning I decided to do a little research. I went on social media, I went to Reddit, I went to Twitter. I tried to find as many posts by Bungie or Bungie employees regarding the future, regarding a future roadmap, regarding what they're working on, regarding kind of just their general sense of what needs to be worked on in the near future. Because what I was scared of, again, was that, we're going to get this May DLC, and then we're not going to hear from Bungie again until September. And here's what I found. So the first post we're going to take a look at came from Reddit, and this is from DMG04. And in it, he says, that's the plan. We'll be updating the roadmap again in April, and we'll be diving in with the devs to get some comms together surrounding various features and future plans. What this indicates to me is that we're going to get a expanded roadmap in April that hopefully, will get rid of the 3 posts of things that already happened, and we'll start including stuff that we can expect for the summer. I don't think that Bungie would update a roadmap and the only thing on it would be, here's the May DLC, here's the stuff you can expect in the May DLC, and then a point out in September where we can expect more changes. That's my suspicion. It just doesn't seem like something that would be a very smart move. So if they're going to update the roadmap, what I would expect to see is something very similar to what we have now. Monthly or every other month updates of Destiny 2. And that would be going over the summer. That would be going June, July, and August. And then possibly have a very long-range target out in September with some of the bigger goals. So I like this post a lot because it gives me hope that there are going to be continued updates to Destiny 2 over the summer. The next post that I found was from CJ Barrett, and he says, the focus one is easy. We want to reestablish Destiny as a hobby, where there's always something new to do and cool or more powerful stuff to chase. I promise I'll have definitive answers for your other 2 questions soon. Both the random rolls topic and the weapon slots are extremely high on our priority list. We absolutely owe players answers to those. This is a really interesting post, okay? Because first, let's look at random rolls. A lot of players in Destiny 2 really miss the random rolls of Destiny 1 because it gave them a reason to keep grinding in Destiny 1 because they wanted that, you know, perfectly rolled IS Luna. They wanted that perfectly rolled sniper. Whatever they were after, it gave them a reason to keep grinding to get better and better weapons and thus more powerful incrementally. Now, whether you like random rolls or don't like random rolls, there is a problem in Destiny 2 where, you know, once you get a weapon, it's completely binary. You've got it, you can stop looking for it. And once you've got all the weapons, you really quickly figure out that you've kind of run out of stuff to do in Destiny 2. So whether or not you actually support bringing random rolls back to Destiny 2 or not, you can't deny the fact that they left a gap in Destiny 2. The removal of random rolls left a gap in, you know, long-term progression in Destiny 2. And to see Chris Barrett saying publicly that we absolutely owe players an answer to this is very encouraging, and I hope to see this addressed the next time they put out a roadmap. Now, the other one is weapon slots. Weapon slots are very controversial. Some players, like me, actually enjoy the dual primary system, but can obviously see the problem with having all of the power weapons, you know, bunched up into one slot. I personally support having the ballistic and the explosive power weapons, you know, split into two separate slots. I don't really want to see the removal of the two primary system. I'd rather see an addition. You know, that's my personal hope, is that we see an addition and we have, you know, 4 weapons to choose from at any time instead of 3 weapons to choose from at any time. But if it came down to it and I had to choose between the weapon system we have and the weapon system from Destiny 1, I gotta say, the weapon system in Destiny 1, I think, was just better. So, again, seeing Chris Barrett talk about weapon slots as being a very high priority for them, and the fact that he believes that Bungie owes us answers to this, I think is very encouraging. Now, the next post we're going to take a look at is from Cosmo, and this came yesterday. And he is basically responding to, you know, a question where, you know, we liked what we got in 1.1.4, but, you know, there's so many more questions that we have. There's so many more things that we want. And Cosmo put out a list of what he sees as the highest priorities, or the community's highest priorities. So I'm going to read this one verbatim. Based on the conversations that we're having, here is what I believe to be the most frequently requested changes and highest priorities of the community. First, weapon slot changes. We just talked about that. Adding random rolls. Again, we just talked. Make duplicate drops meaningful. Lower the time to kill. More weapons and armor as unique rewards. Secrets to discover. Collectible items to find. More difficult activities. Make exotics more powerful. Direct access to specific activities, game types, and strikes. Longer tail progression / quest activities, reasons to grind, and more vault space and storage solutions. Now, he says, this isn't the complete list, but this was a quick sample off the top of my head. Feel free to respond with what you think is important that is missing. This is not a list of promises. I'm just letting you know what I have seen most requested by the community and what I am communicating to the dev team on what changes you want to see. The roadmap is the best source for tracking what changes we have communicated out. Many of these are already on there and we'll be updating it again in early April. So again, we're going to get that update, that roadmap update in early April. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what specifically is on there, because this list really does resonate with me. The weapon slot changes, adding random rolls, making duplicate drops meaningful, lowering the time to kill, on and on. These are the things that I think would make Destiny 2 a more enjoyable game. And the fact that Cosmo is on Reddit acknowledging these concerns, I think, is an important thing. It's showing that, yes, Bungie does hear us. They are listening. They're not just ignoring the community and changing the game how they see fit. And I think with Chris Barrett's previous posts, how he says we absolutely owe players answers to these things, this is a Bungie that is responding to player complaints. Now, you can say, you know, this stuff should have been in the game in, you know, at release of Destiny 2, and to that I say, It's time to get over that. You know, we're far beyond that. We've got to move forward. We've got to work to move forward. We can no longer just focus on the past. If you enjoy Destiny 2, or if you want to come back to this game, these are the things that we have to work on. We have to work on things that will create long-term enjoyment, reasons to continue to play Destiny over and over again, ways to make the game more fun. I think update 1.1.4 actually went a long way to just adding more fun to the game. I think it was really strong. It did a good job in PvE and in PvP. Improvements can still be made, don't get me wrong. It didn't fix every problem in the game. A lot of people are going to say, you know, how do you make Guardians faster without improving time to kill? Well, they're listening. They're hearing that. And hopefully, in April, we'll get another roadmap that explains exactly what is going to happen over the summer to address some of these issues. Now, we do have a problem where we don't have any specifics. We are going to have to wait to April to get the updated roadmap. But I do think it is important that Bungie is out there commenting about this stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you guys next time.